This is Randy.
And this is Melanie.
And Season 6, Episode 3 of Community came out this week, so we're going to do what we've been doing.
Talk about it a little bit.
We're going to talk about it a little bit. All right, Season 6, Episode 3 of Community. Basic Crisis Room Decorum is the name of the episode, in which basically Annie gathers the Save Greendale committee in the study room in the middle of the night, to like 3 a.m, because she found out that City College is going to run an attack ad, alleging that Greendale community gave a degree to a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much what this whole episode is about.
Yeah.
It really is. There's no like A and B story, like how a lot of shows will have, like, there's the main story, but there's also like the sub story. And something I didn't realize till looking it up just now, but this episode was directed by Bobcat Goldthwait.
Really? No, I didn't know that.
I knew he was going to direct an episode this season as like a guest director. What were your thoughts on this episode?
It was okay. It was probably not one of my favorites, but I like the idea of them all scrambling about trying to find out about this dog, which I think I said several times during the episode. I'm like, don't they have like records and like computers that they keep this stuff in that they could just look it up and find out everything they need to know? But apparently not.
Not at Greendale.
And a lot of it is, them kind of arguing about the ethical way to approach dealing with the situation. And I didn't understand really why they were so worried about it, because I'm like, yeah, but it's Greendale. You'd be like, yeah, it's because we're fun and weird and we'll give your dog a diploma if we want to, know? That's how I just figured that would have been the take that I would have automatically assumed they would take, rather than what, the flipping and flopping and worrying about it that they did.
I think I used this term when we talked about about episode 2. This episode, it was one of the more grounded ones, but at the same time, it kind of speaks to what kind of show Community is when you would consider an episode in which they have to debate whether they gave a degree to a dog as being grounded. You know what I mean? It was not necessarily a lot of wackiness. It was character stuff. It was a lot of characters interacting and them kind of freaking out and trying to figure the situation out.
Yeah. And
I enjoyed Frankie a lot in this episode. There's that like speech about hope, and she never has hope, and since she gave up hope and Facebook games that involve farming, her life results have tripled, blah, blah, blah. This whole speech she gave to Annie. But I think I like her a lot as a character. Yeah. She's very robotic, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I was slightly annoyed by Annie. And this is not the first episode where she's started a big deal about something and then wanted to just drop it.
Flip-flopped.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, one of my favorite episodes from, I don't remember which season it was, but one of the earlier seasons is the pencil one, where they're all in one room the whole episode.
It's not a pencil, maybe it's a pen. It's a purple pen.
A purple pen. And then that's when everybody else gets on board, because she's like, well, fine, let's just drop it. And that's when they all really get mad. I don't think this episode's quite up to par with that one, but I think it's akin to that episode.
Yeah.
It's, how did Abed call a bottle episode, kind of. Britta didn't have much to do.
No.
I mean, she was in it a bit, but for the most part, they write her out of it in a way. She did have some interaction with Potashnik, Keith David's character. I still don't have his name down yet. Something weird like pistachio, but
not pistachio. That'd be easy to remember.
Yeah. There's kind of a fun scene with them in which he quickly realized that Britta.
I found it interesting that he enjoyed her music style so much, though.
Yeah, they bonded over the music. And that was another thing. I mean, it was ridiculous, but it's still kind of spot on. Jab at the 90s moody chick music. Like, the song was Pillar of Garbage. Just ridiculous, but, still a little bit spot on. I watched it a second time, of course.
I did not.
No, you watched it once.
Yeah.
But I watched it twice. And on my second viewing, and I know you're going to think I'm a nutbag, but there were like 3 parts that I had to stop and rewind and watch again because they were hilarious to me. Like, there's this one bit where Jeff is he's getting on his like kind of ruthless lawyer kick about discrediting the dog and all this.
Yeah.
And at one point, Annie turns and is like, no, bad, like scolds him.
Uh-huh.
And what really cracked me up is it cuts back to Jeff while she's doing that. And he's got this big, super goofy smile on his face about it. Just like just enjoying that he's irritating her. That cracked me up and I had to rewind it. But, yeah, there are a couple really funny moments. Chang is dumb Chang. Again, he usually is. I think the episode, for one, showcased Frankie's character a lot.
Yeah.
I know I mentioned her already, but she was good in this. A little bit more with Potashnik. He kind of had Potashnik. That is what his name is.
Potashnik, okay.
He had a couple, not monologues, but he had a couple little bits that were kind of funny. He's just kind of aloof.
There wasn't a whole lot of Abed this one either. They gave him a task and then he kind of disappeared for a while.
Yeah. Now, as the season goes on, we don't have to keep stacking each episode against the last or the others. But of the new episodes, where would you put this, and how do you feel about this episode versus some of the older episodes?
Well, it's going to be hard for it ever to be better than the older episodes to me,
Because it's just still feels different.
Yeah. And with the other episodes, it's, I don't know, it's not as good as the first one.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. Yeah, I mean, we talked about the second, and there's definitely a lot of things in the second episode that were humorous. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like this one better than the second episode.
Mm-hmm. So that's what we thought of season 6, episode 3 of Community, the Yahoo season.
The Yahoo season. Let us know what you thought in the comments below, or you can hit us up on Twitter at Grawlix Podcast.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Check back next week for a review of episode 4.